Why is it that you are always the giver, but never the receiver? You are the first phone call when your friends are in a crisis. You drop everything to save the day. But when you are drowning, you make sure nobody notices. You hide your struggle behind a smile, a joke, or just silence. And then, late at night, you wonder, why does nobody check on me? The hard truth? They don't check on you because you've taught them that you don't need checking on. You have perfected the art of looking okay when you are absolutely not. Today, we are going to dismantle that performance. Let's look at where this starts. Most hyper-independent people weren't born this way. They were made. Psychology points to a concept called parentification. Maybe growing up, the adults in your life were emotionally immature, absent, or chaotic. You learned very early on that expressing a need didn't result in comfort. It resulted in burdening your caregivers or being ignored entirely. So, your developing brain made a logical calculation. If I have needs, I am vulnerable. If I solve my own problems, I am safe. You didn't stop needing things. You just stopped expecting anyone to provide them. You learned to view dependency as a weakness. Here is the science that explains why you feel good helping others, but terrible asking for it. When you help someone else, your brain releases dopamine and oxytocin. It feels good to be useful. Being the fixer gives you a sense of control in a chaotic world. It validates your existence. You think, I am valuable because I am helpful. But when you have to ask for help, your brain's amygdala, the threat detection center, lights up. It triggers a cortisol spike. To your nervous system, admitting you can't handle something feels like a literal threat to your survival. It triggers shame, and shame is the most painful emotion a human can feel. So you avoid it at all costs. This creates a strange paradox in your relationships. You attract people who need saving, broken partners, messy friends, chaotic family members. Why? Because that dynamic feels safe to you. If you are the giver and they are the taker, you maintain the position of power. You don't have to be vulnerable. You don't have to show your soft underbelly. But deep down, there is a lonely thought haunting you. If I stopped being useful, would anyone still love me? You suspect the answer is no. And that is why you keep performing strength. Society loves to romanticize the low-maintenance person, the cool girl, the stoic guy. But in psychology, being extremely low maintenance is often just a sign of self-neglect. You have convinced yourself that having boundaries makes you difficult. You have convinced yourself that your emotions are a burden to others. But here is the truth. Intimacy requires vulnerability. You cannot be truly close to anyone if you never let them see you struggle. By refusing to let people help you, you are actually robbing them of the chance to love you. You are keeping the relationship surface level because you are terrified of what happens if you let them see the mess. So what now? If you are nodding your head, feeling totally exposed, understand this. Your independence served you well. It got you out of a hard childhood. It helped you build a career. It kept you alive. But the war is over. You don't need to wear the armor in the living room anymore. Healing from this doesn't mean becoming helpless. It means realizing that true strength isn't about how much weight you can carry alone. It's about having the courage to say, I am heavy and I need a hand. If you are ready to put the weight down, even just a little bit, hit subscribe. And if you want to understand why you also struggle to turn your brain off at night, you need to watch this next video. It explains the link between high intelligence and insomnia. Click right here. I'll see you there.